Here's the thing that nobody talks about with dopamine is that it's not actually a pleasure chemical. I don't care who says it is. You can experience reward without the presence of dopamine. We have that research. But actually, dopamine is the source of misery for people who suffer from addiction. And that's because it's playing in a different part of the circuit. Once you know this and understand it fully, you look at addiction in a different light. You see, dopamine doesn't actually create pleasure. It drives you to want something. And its primary function is to push behavior forward, sometimes violently, even when there is no sense of reward or pleasure. With rapid, repeated use, it could be gambling, could be scrolling on social media, or even doing a drug, your dopamine system gets hypersensitized. This means that cues related to the thing that's driving you, could be a place, a feeling, or a memory, will trigger massive wanting, but the actual pleasure that you feel will continue to decrease over time. And that gap between high motivation and low enjoyment is potentially what we call addiction. Your body feels almost nothing, so your brain is screaming, "I need more and more" to try to get the same effect. This is why we say the reward system has been hijacked. The person who is addicted is trapped in a learning loop that their brain can't shut off, even when there is no sense of reward or the experience is painful. This is why the idea of a dopamine detox can never really work, because it isn't actually a chemical imbalance. It's not about not enough dopamine or too much dopamine. Your dopamine hasn't been depleted. It's there and it's doing what it's meant to do, which is to provide a learning signal. You can't detox a learning signal. It's already been trained. What you really need to do is retrain the system. Whenever a cue triggers a massive sense of wanting, you need to sit with it for about 15 minutes and wait for your prefrontal cortex to warm up so that it can rationalize why the substance, object, or behavior, whatever it is not good for you. The more often that you do this, the weaker the circuit gets until it finally breaks. This is how we break bad habits and relearn how to control our behavior. And this goes so far beyond chemical substances or flashing lights. Think about why people go back to an abusive household. My name's Jackie, I'm a neuroscientist, and if I changed the way that you view dopamine today, please give me a follow and write down in the comments about a time you think your reward system was hijacked.